today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills. Again, everyone, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. 93. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Carr going to throw. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
Nice catch up by Tyrell Williams to get off to a hot start. Heck, I'd call it a blazing start in 2019, scoring a touchdown each of his first 5 games. And he has history as a big-time receiver as well. 1,000 yards receiving for the Chargers back in 2016.
Looking for one, but this is intercepted. The all-pro Tre'Davious White picks it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, the Bills make their way out, led by their 3rd-year quarterback from Wyoming. At 24 years of age, it's Josh Allen.
I think the development of Josh Allen as a starting quarterback in Buffalo has been rapid. We knew he had a big arm coming out of college. People question his accuracy, his decision-making a little bit, but I think that continues to improve as well. And the biggest surprise, how well he's used his legs to give them an extra dimension in the running game. And give him credit. His completion percentage last season was up 6 points from the year before. He continues to improve.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 1-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
3rd down.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Jones on the return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolute perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. And this kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make some...
This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Jacobs. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 10.
They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
3rd down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Bills nothing.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on second down. Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They go jet sweep here with Williams. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
4-yard loss on the play. Second and goal at the 11-yard line.
And now Waller going to have a chance to run this. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They go with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Well, there was no secret there. They were in goal line formation. They wanted to pound it in on 4th and goal, and they did just that.
And how about the challenge? That's a challenge to the offensive line, which they eagerly accept. Haven't met a lineman yet that doesn't want to run the ball more than throw it because they get to fire out and really smack someone. And, boy, they got it done. I'm sure they were encouraging them on the sideline. Let's go, and let's run the ball as well. And they put it in for 6.
And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental
blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Allen, he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. This is Yeldon with the dump off. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Allen. And the Raiders have got him. And the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. That one was intended for John Brown. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. 3rd down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there. They may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. 24-23, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
He was covered by Prince Amukamara.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10. At their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Singletary to get the drive started. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They go right back to Singletary. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
9-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. He's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Once again, it's Jacobs. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs, 73 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. A good-looking return set up here.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Carlson down to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
38-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And I think it's safe to say we know who the game ball is probably going to after this one.
Without a doubt, they're going to stand up in the middle of the locker room after the game, and the head coach is going to say, great performance, terrific, game ball. Right here, they're going to present it to him. And if he's smart, he'll accept the game ball and then say, dinner on me for the offensive line at the best steakhouse in town. Make sure those guys are taken care of.
Those O-linemen have helped him to 4 touchdown runs. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that could be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Carr now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
One more time with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Operating from the gun, Allen. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Allen. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Nick Kwiatkowski able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
Covered by Prince Amukamara.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
So for Las Vegas, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.